What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Zatch Takamine Kiyomaro. And this is a figure that I've been waiting on ever since I actually got Zatch in the mail, because you can't have one without the other. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and dive right into that sexy packaging so we can bust this figure open. Now for the sexy packaging, as you guys can see, it is similar to Zatch's. The only difference is it's a little bit wider because he's a bigger figure. Now getting that out of the way, you do have the white and bluish kind of purple theme. It does say his name right there. Also right there, Tamashii Nation's quality sticker of approval, SH Figuarts right there. I'm sure that says Zatch in Japanese. You got a Toei sticker right here. Tamashii Nation's Bandai, you got an image of Takamine right there, of course, with the window where you can see the figure looking really, really good, by the way. Nothing much at the top, image of him on the bottom, nothing much on this side. Full body image of him on this side. Now, that just looks really good. I love the, like, school uniform type characters. On the back, you got a ton of poses you can get the figure into, as well as some of the accessories. Then all the legal stuff at the bottom that I cannot read because I imported this. So let's bust this guy open because I'm ready to talk about it. Now, I've actually been meaning to review this figure for a while. I think I've had it for almost 2 weeks, but I've been telling myself that I want to watch at least 3 or 4 episodes of the anime before I kind of talk about this character. But unfortunately, I just have not found the time. I'm usually busy doing a ton of other things, and so I just haven't been able to do it. But I am kind of going to go off of a little bit of memory and then also just some things that I read, because I did watch Zatch as a kid. It's been so long, and I watched so much anime. You guys know that's not me making excuses. But anyway, straight up, man, this figure looks really dang good. It's simple but effective, as it is supposed to be. As you guys can see, he is, like, I don't want to say generic, but I don't know. I'll just go with simple and effective. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and take a closer look at him so we can dive into some of the details also. Now, the reason I don't like to use the word generic when it comes to school anime characters is because a lot of people like to treat all these anime as if they are the same, all these characters as if they are the same, but that's not the case, man. If you watch any, like, slice of life anime, all these different characters have a ton of different personalities. Now, yes, some of them do kind of relate to other characters in other anime, but to call them the exact same, as I've heard a lot of people do, that's not fair to that anime. You haven't even given it a shot. Now, Takamine himself, this guy isn't your typical main character. In fact, he was actually pretty rude before he met Zatch. He didn't like a lot of people, and then Zatch kind of opened him up to the point to where he became more of a friendly person. And I don't even know how or why I got into that, but I just wanted to throw that out there. But anyway, the figure looks really damn good, man. I love this hair sculpt. It looks absolutely amazing. They did a great job on that. The faces look very good, and of course I'll show those off later, but I will compare them to Figma. Now, one thing I always say when it comes to Figma, they usually do a great job capturing anime likeness, and this time around SHF got it, and they normally always do, but sometimes there's just something that's a little bit off. This time around, nothing. Now, when it comes to the shirt, I do really like this shirt also. I like the wrinkles and everything. You got this piece right here where he can, I don't know, put something in there as they normally do. It's like a little pocket. I really love the tie. The silver piece right here on the tie. I don't know what that's called or what it is. I guess it's like a button, but that looks really dang good. I like the way that they painted that. The pants look really good. The creases and everything and wrinkles in them, they all look good, man, from front to back. This is pretty solid. Now, the shoes, there's really not a whole lot going on. They're a bit shiny, but there's, other than the actual sculpt, there's no, like, shoelaces or designs, anything like that. It's pretty simple, but that is accurate to the anime, so I'm not going to complain about that. But yeah, this is just a solid figure, man. Now, one thing I do want to say, I do wish they would have added some shading. And I know at this point I'm kind of beating a dead horse, but shading can really top off a figure, man. They could have put some, like, grays in the wrinkles in his shirt, and then maybe just a hint of black in the wrinkles on the pants. It just makes the figure pop a little bit more. But then again, there's always budgeting, and I don't know anything about that. This is an entirely new sculpt, so maybe they just didn't have the budget for it. But then again, they don't really put a lot of shading in figures anyway. But still, I just think it would have topped it off. But overall, very solid looking figure, man. As always, looks like he walked right out of the anime, and that's exactly what these figures are supposed to be / do. Now, if I remember correctly, Takamine is only 14 years old, but this is not a small figure by any means. To the top of his head, he actually stands right at 6 inches. Now, for a 14-year-old character, that's actually pretty big in terms of Tamashii Nation scaling. But I did come up with this idea. I could be wrong, but I want to throw it out there anyway. Now, when it comes to lines like Zatch Bell and Spy Family, I think what they're doing is they're scaling up the other characters to kind of make it look like they fit more in scale with the smaller figures like Anya and Zatch. I don't think they're going to change the overall scaling of their other figures like the Naruto line, the One Piece, the Bleach, Dragon Ball. I don't think that those are going to change, but figures that come with smaller characters, I do think they're going to start to upscale those. That's just a guess. I don't know for sure, but I did just want to throw that out there. Now, moving on to the Articulation. Sorry, y'all, I just got finished watching Minions. But he doesn't really look up much, unfortunately. You're not going to get any looking up out of him just because the hair is going to touch the back of the neck. He doesn't look down very far either because the chin's going to touch the collar. Now, you do get a ton of neck movement, so he can be very, very expressive. But just looking up and looking down, it's not going to happen just utilizing the head and neck. Now, if you utilize the diaphragm joint, that's going to help a little bit, but still with the sculpt of the hair, it's just not going to do much. Now, it also helps with looking down just a tad, but not a whole lot. I think that's good enough, though. Actually, I'm going to give that a pass. That's not really bad at all. So, yeah, that's fine. And then, of course, you do get a little bit of rocker, not a whole lot because it's kind of a tight sculpt, but it does work. Now, as far as the arms go, that is really good, man. They go up and out about that much. T-poses are not going to be a problem. He does have a butterfly joint. You kind of just have to maneuver it around to get it to work. That's the main thing, and it's only because of these floating pieces here. All you have to do is get them lined up, and you can get him to bring his arms in about that much, which it looks like he's about to drive, but that's fine. That's definitely good enough. He does have a swivel right there at the bicep, and then I think he has a swivel. Yeah, he also has a swivel right here inside the sleeve, so that's really good. Unfortunately, the elbows are single jointed, but if you pose him properly, you still can get those behind the head poses. That joint is really tight. Yeah, I'm going to have to pop that off and put some oil in there. But yeah, you can get him in the flexing poses if you want to. Like, yeah, this guy can pose. He does have a waist swivel that works pretty well. Legs are on the drop down. He can kick up about that much. Not that he'd be kicking anyone, but you can do it. He can do the splits. Oops, pop the leg off. That does pop back on pretty easy. He can only do the splits about that much before you're forcing it. And it's just mostly because of the fact that it's a small joint in there. That dumbbell joint is kind of small, so that's the reason he's not going to be able to do the splits too much. But it's not necessary. He's not a fighter. He just commands a fighter. He does have a slight thigh swivel, not a whole lot. As far as the knees go, they are also single jointed. I would have loved double joints on that, but you can still get him into those running poses, no problem, just like so. And this is going to be a bad one, but if you want to get him running, that's not going to be a problem. Here you guys go. So he still can articulate decent enough. Now, last but not least, the foot goes down much further than I thought it was going to. That's good. Doesn't really go up much, but when it does go up, it kind of tucks in under the pants, so that helps. He gets really good ankle rocker. Now, that's also a shocker. I was not expecting that. And then he does have a toe hinge. Mine's very stiff. Let's try this one. Yeah, there we go. So articulation-wise, decent. Not the best, but everything that you need to do with this figure, you will be able to do. Now, anytime I have a stiff joint, whenever I apply oil, I try to help you guys out by giving you that information too, just in case you have the same problem. So with this figure, The joint that was actually squeaky was a ball peg or a ball hinge that connected into a joint inside of the arm, and I could not get that off. But all I did was I popped the arm off. I couldn't get the ball hinge out, but I just applied some shock oil to the ball hinge and it's fine. So if you see this figure looking a little bit shiny, it's because of the shock oil that I use, and here it is for you guys. Now, if you're wondering why it's in a bag, it's because this stuff gets everywhere, man. I have no control of it. So yeah, but this is what I use. It's 3-in-1. It's like $4 at Walmart if you guys plan on getting your hands on it. And just so you guys know that it works, no more squeaking. So yeah, there you go. Now, when it comes to accessories on this guy, with the way Tamashii Nations has been going, it's to be expected that he comes with a lot. He actually comes with 5 different faceplates. You do get this bland, neutral, kind of disappointed expression. You get this yelling, angry expression. You get what kind of looks like a smile. It's like a slight smile. That's the one he comes with in the package. You get an angry face, and then you do get the yelling, screaming, running away face to match the one that comes with Zatch. Now, he comes with an alternate hairpiece. This is the front bangs. It's for when, it's basically for this face right here, for when he's running away. Now, you do get 2 spell books. You get one that's open and you get one that's closed. Both of these have spots right in the book where you can actually plug the hands. So I think they did a great job with that. And speaking of hands, he comes with a ton. He comes with a pair of jutsu hands. Yes, actual jutsu hands. He comes with a pair of relaxed hands with a peg in them. Another pair of like gripping hands with a peg in them. A pair of, I guess these will just be another set of relaxed hands. I don't know. He comes with another set of hands for holding the book, also having a peg in it. And then he comes with a pair of fist hands. So accessory-wise, this guy comes with a ton. And for, I believe, like a $30, $40 figure, that's perfectly fine. Moving on to size comparisons, here he is standing next to his little soldier, Zatch, and these two look really dang good together. Here he is also standing next to the SH Figuarts spy family, Lloyd Forger, who I can't believe Lloyd is still that much taller than him. I don't think Lloyd's like that tall in the anime, but I mean, whatever. And then we also have him standing next to the Figma Yuji Itadori, who is currently in Sukuna, because that's how I have him posed, and he is tiny. Next up, here he is standing next to the SH Figuarts Naruto Shippuden Naruto, which we just got this year. And we also have him standing next to the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super CGI Build-A-Figure Gohan. Here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Renew Your Vows 2-pack Spider-Man and a Mafex or Metacom Toys Black Suit Spider-Man or Symbiote Spider-Man. Lastly, here he is standing next to the Bandai America Stranger Things Big Vec, or Vecna as you guys know him, and the most disappointing figure of 2022, the Figma Demon Slayer Akaza, which this is the last review you guys will see him in because I sold it. Now, all in all, when it comes to my final thoughts on this figure, I won't say that it's one that completely just blows my socks off, but it is one that I think will look good in your collection. For me, it was more of a nostalgia thing, and that's why I picked up these two. You can't lie, they go hand in hand and they look really good together, but it's not anything where, oh man, SHF Dragon Ball, SHF Bleach, One Piece, depending on what type of collector you are. Now, I love these personally, and I feel like if you're a fan of the series, if you pick these up, you're going to enjoy them. I mean, everything for you to enjoy them is there. The articulation is really good on both of them. Zatch, mostly for his size, I think they did great. The accessories obviously are there on both figures, and they just look good, man. That's all there really is to it. Overall, they are just some dang good looking figures, and they pose very well, so there's nothing for me to complain about. Everything works here. Literally the only issue I had with this guy is that I wish he came with a little bit of shading, but it's a $40 figure, ton of accessories, so you can't really just ask for too much. Beggars can't be choosers, and I'm happy. But overall, that's my review. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, as that always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And lastly, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.